All right, Bart with the Bicycle Rider YouTube, and we have a 2021 Sirrus X 3.0. Really hard bike to find right now. If you can find it, you'll see as you watch this video that I like this bike, and I like it for a reason, because it is your ticket to riding more places at a very good price. Specialized specs this bike out very well for $850. For $850, you get a bike that will carry you multiple places, do it efficiently, and do it in style. This bike is in dusty lilac with a really cool kind of a matte finish fork on it. So the A1 aluminum fork. And the fork on this bike helps this bike keep lightweight. I'm going to weigh this bike here at the end of the video, so stick around and you can see what this bike actually weighs. But it is light for what it is. You know, if you have a fancy race bike that weighs 15 pounds, and this one might feel about twice as what that is. But if you you know, used to carrying basically a department bike up and down the stairs, those things are friggin' heavy. This is light. It's easy to maneuver. If you want to throw this in your vehicle, if you live in an apartment and have to go upstairs, if you just need to carry this bike, it carries easy. So anyway, more about the ride of this bike. This bike rides phenomenally good. It's very agile, very quick, and a lot of that is because the way Specialized has, you know, engineered this A1 aluminum frame with the drop seat stays, longer head tube, short triangle, everything shifts good. The frame actually flexes a little bit here to give you a, you know, a nice ride. And it's got a good rake in the front end, so it keeps this bike nice and stable. If you hit curbs, if you hit sand, this bike tracks very, very well. You know, we're here in Biloxi, Mississippi, so we have, you know, 44 miles of pretty much open beach to ride on. I'm not talking about riding on the sand, but we've got this, you know, kind of a dilapidated sidewalk, multi-purpose path. It's not specifically made for bicycles, and a bike like this is awesome because when it gets a little bit filled with sand, with expansion joints, with some spots where you might have to get off and on, the tires of this bike hold well, and that's part of why they built the Sirrus X. The Sirrus X is kind of the next generation of city bike, commuter bike that you can take out on the gravel. And they have spec'd this bike out with a 42 millimeter wide tire on a 700 series rim. They give you Pathfinder Pro tires, or not Pathfinder Pros, but Pathfinders, which are an awesome tire. Gives you a nice smooth tread in the middle and progressive treads out to the side, so it is a very grippy tire, but also very efficient. Great for multi-surface riding. Pavement, gravel, broken sidewalk, this bike does it all. It does it very well. And at you know, $850, you get a little bit better spec brakes, better components than the 2.0. The 2.0 is a great bike, comes in at $650, but you know, if you got a couple extra $100 to spend, they kind of one-up it with a nice Tektro brake system. So 160 rotors, Tektro brakes. Tektro brakes are a real rock-solid option. They have great feel, great modulation. They stop really well in, you know, wet conditions. They stop well in dry conditions. Tektro brakes are a fantastic braking system. One-piece hydraulic lines. You don't have anything getting corroded. And it works really well. Now, when you step up to the 3.0, you do get a Advent 9-speed derailleur with a clutch. So this derailleur actually is a clutch derailleur. You can see it's got a button to turn the clutch on or off right here. That's clutch off, clutch on. If you're wondering what that is, that keeps you from having a lot of chain slap. It also on the one by front chain ring, you know, a clutch derailleur does help keep tension on the chain, so it's a lot less likely that you're going to drop a chain off the front. So, you know, if you go with the 3.0 and the 9-speed Advent, you will be very happy about the shifting. When you look up here at the lever, it's got a really nice ergonomic lever set, rapid fire, and it has a ball bearings in here. So it does engage very well. It gives you a good feel when you're switching gears. You know you have switched to gear, and with Advent, you know, you hit the button and it switches. So it's a good gear system. Awesome looking paint job. This dusty lilac is very unique. As a guy, I think it looks a little bit feminine, but it is so cool. I would ride this bike, and I know several guys that do, but it is kind of more of a feminine color. If you're not that worried about it, it's super cool. A lot of good things with this bike. And real quickly, this bike does not have the future shocks. So, you know, you have to step up to $1,250 to get the future shock. But just so you know, the future shock does give you a little bit of suspension in the, you know, up in the headset itself. You do get a little bit skinnier tire with the 4.0. So with the 3.0 and the 2.0, they're giving you a 42 millimeter tire rather than a 38. So that means you can mitigate the bumps and jarring through lowering your tire pressure. I think the 4.0 is awesome. I love this color. But this video is not about the 4.0, but just to let you know that you know, here at Biloxi Bicycle Works, I promote the Sirrus model a lot, and that's because, you know, we don't have purpose-built bicycle path all over this town, all over this Gulf Coast, and something like this lets you get back and forth on real roads. It lets you get off the back roads. It lets you ride just about everywhere, and it lets you ride very efficient. So for $650 for the 2.0 to $850 for the 3.0 to $1,250 for the 4.0, the Sirrus X line is awesome. They do make a 5.0 and some other models, but like I said, this video was primarily on the 3.0, which is a good middle ground. If you can find this bike, buy this bike. If you have any doubts at all that it is a good bike, just know that, you know, I've been riding bikes for a long time. I highly recommend this bike. I enjoy this bike. It lets you ride everywhere. Several friends doing gravel on this bike, and just a lot of friends getting general fitness wherever they want out their front door with this bike. Awesome bike. Let me put it on the scale and kind of show you guys how much it weighs in real life. Once again, this is Bicycle Rider YouTube, so if you're enjoying this video at all, please, you know, hit like, maybe hit subscribe. It helps us, you know, rank on YouTube, and lets us buy, you know, little things like a scale so you can see exactly what this bike weighs. And as I'm looking at it, I'm seeing 25.11, so pretty around 25, 26 pounds. It gives you a general idea what this bike is going to weigh, which is pretty dang light for a bike in this category. Sturdy, light, good riding, good value. You can't go wrong with this, the Sirrus X if you're looking for a bike that does a lot of things, and it does a lot of things well. From Bicycle Rider YouTube, shooting live on location at Biloxi Bicycle Works. If you have any questions on the Sirrus, just hit Gary or I up on the YouTube channel. Or if you're local, stop in and let's take a test drive. All right, thank you.